across the board. Looks like we are. All right. So how's everybody doing today? It is Thursday, September 23rd, 2021. My name is Jared, and this is Engineering the Markets. Let's take a look at some of the activity from yesterday. We obviously had some volatility into the FOMC conference and the following press chair conference 30 minutes after some of the notes were released. Inside of the larger market, we saw a bit of hesitancy going into this meeting, and ultimately the market was able to uh, push forward to the upside throughout most of the morning session. When we look at the S&P from a lower time frame perspective, we can see that the Monday low set a relative low that we could start to evaluate from a technical perspective. We saw the market sort of push higher into the FOMC, and that led to this pennant or triangle breakout that occurred on the shorter time frames. You can also see this on something like a 4-hour just to emphasize the volatility that we've been seeing. We've had some significant moves higher and lower, both inside of this structure, and now that we've moved outside of it to the upside, we are starting to recover from the large drop off in the market. Now, some of the discussions in that conference were related to aspects of taper, whether or not the Fed sees a timeline, an appreciable timeline, along with what sort of metrics are they still watching in order to signal whether or not they're ready to begin tapering bond purchases and MBS purchases across the bond and real estate markets. Given the questioning of the federal chair, some of those criteria appear to have been met. One of those metrics they look at is inflation, and they're trying to get to a a level that they foresee to be sustainable. Whether or not they are looking at different metrics related to different areas and sectors of inflation. They're looking for an overall stability in that metric. They're also looking for recovery of economic unemployment, and they're looking for stabilization within the job market. Based on the comments and some of the questions, that apparently is underway. Some of the board appear to agree that we are hitting some of those benchmarks, while others appear to want a little bit more information. And therefore, we didn't get necessarily a clear-cut date or timeline for taper, albeit they are starting to see some of those metrics come together. So the market leading into that discussion, we had this breakout occurring, and we had a strong push in the morning rally. As the minutes came out, we obviously saw some volatility come into this market, and some levels started to form in regards to shorter term plays. Obviously, reaction from low to high once the information is released. That's sort of an algorithmic response, and hitting those larger liquidity levels can often set levels to evaluate moving forward. The market was able to push higher, return back and test this area that was set by this algorithmic
all these stock
impulse,
pickers you see with,
and then once again test the highs, leading us to a fairly decent range to play into the afternoon. And as you can see, we're continuing to move higher, and that's our larger thesis on the daily with the idea of a gap fill. Essentially, the oversold condition was made on Monday, and what we were looking for is some confirmation as to whether or not a daily lower high attempt might be up and coming, along with a gap fill, basically a bounce. Market was also throwing some different indicators that this might take place either into the call or ultimately after the call with some of the performance across the market. And interestingly, there is some strength in a lot of risk on or inflationary industries and sectors throughout. Things like airliners started to move higher. This occurred both during the session and prior to. So something like jets, you can see that aggregate with a strong trend day and an invalidation of the selling that occurred on Tuesday's session. This is going to be stocks like BA with a strong push to the upside. All of our airliner stocks, AAL, UAL, and then even some of the lower names like Love. A lot of volume coming into these names. Strength in solar. Not necessarily appreciable at this time, but we saw some upside starting to form in the solar sector. Let's see, financials. So XLF. We know that financials took the same sort of downside swipe as the rest of the market. But once again, looking just for that gap fill and the bounce recovery, financials actually completed that for the most part on Wednesday's session. And that was led by some of our more notable names like JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, all of which have very similar postures in regards to their technicals, and Goldman Sachs. Now, no matter where you look, that's going to be very similar. Industrials having a different response, not necessarily filling the gap, and materials actually selling against prior resistance. Once again, the idea here just being a simple short-term gap fill play. But now that the market has completed this cycle, we need to start evaluating things from the bearish side, as a lot of information has formed in these charts. For one, we have lost some ranges across different industries and sectors. Materials is a great example of that, as we not only recovered to this area, but we put in rejection in regards to shorter term downside. And that's being facilitated somewhat by some strength that occurred in the dollar on this FOMC information. You can see that the dollar reacted very violently to this information, once again, more algorithmic in nature. But the close and the fact that the meeting completed, the dollar had a strong push. This is something to continue to watch as we're still on this precipice of a breakout. We also had bonds reacting in an interesting fashion here, almost preparing for the news of taper. And once again, not necessarily evaluating the morning rally, but more the information after the meeting and the response leading into a trend day to the upside and a very strong close. With the TLT essentially in near breakout mode, we kind of see that we've moved away from this 150 area, along with the bonds starting to push on volume. This market could begin a new trend cycle, as we do have the conditions with our moving averages sitting below, and we have a period of consolidation that can lead to this sort of larger than normal movement away from this area. What this looks like on the weekly is that we do have the ability to transition back to our swing high in the short term, and then ultimately to come to some notable zones that have been made back with previous, I would say, downtrending shelves of volume, or shelves of interest for markets. So if the bonds are to rally, of course, the interest rates are going to see some downside pressure. And what made the rally in yesterday so interesting is the preparation of some of these inflationary sectors, the higher growth names in regards to IWM type stocks, smaller cap, but also our airliners, things that are more focused on economic recovery, and financials, materials, industrials, all of those risk on type sectors. The fact that they were leading the market in the early morning, and now with the bond response, can they continue this push, or was it simply some sort of back test that we can evaluate? That's going to be a question for basically the rest of the week. One thing to note on the SPY as well, because we have broken our trend in the sense of a very clear trend line that had formed on the market for, go ahead and attach it here as it's probably the most clear. As we have lost trend and as we are coming back into this area, this is where, as a bull on the overall market, if you do have long exposure, you can sort of take this opportunity to reassess whether or not conditions are still in your favor for the market to continue to go higher. The idea here is that if stronger selling pressure occurs in this balance zone, this downtrending resistance, or ultimately a back test of the trend line, go ahead and remove this just to remove some line clutter. If any of those events occur, that can be a great spot to put on hedging in regards to a longer term exposure to the upside. The idea being, whenever markets are at risk, having those hedges on can ultimately protect some of your downside, and you can leverage that hedge into your next round of purchasing, or simply act as a simple trade and profitability with regards to taking off the trade. So as we move forward, one thing to kind of reiterate from previous discussions is that we're simply looking for best case scenarios for the upside, given where we are on the chart, and some areas to watch for stronger selling pressure in regards to if bears wish to set a lower high on the daily, along with potentially breaching the low from Monday. We would need to see notable bear volume and basically an attempt being made against an area of resistance. So how to evaluate some of those scenarios is very similar to how we evaluate things. Sorry, switching the tool. Nope, doing things wrong. Apologies. All right. It's very similar to how we evaluate things once we have some relative lows and highs. We're going to be looking at how significant is the retracement, or how significant is the bounce. And depending on where we stop on this bounce, along with the volume confirmation, it can set the stage for different scenarios to play out. If you have a poor bounce, something in the area of a 38.2 retracement, that can set the stage for a bear or bull flag to form. Basically, the response was a bit poor, and ultimately the dominant trend is still in relative control. You can often see at the very least some sort of double bottom attempt. And at that point, if we do break down, that obviously confirms the bear bull flag structure. If you get a 50% retracement, that can at the very least offer some room for a higher low to be set. But the attempt of a trend reversal often shifts into the favor of consolidation. So you might see that range actually consolidate for a long period of time, as there is no edge on the 50% retracement. And what you will often see is a bit of a range compression event, along with a breakout or breakdown to confirm the move back to the range high or the range low. And then obviously with our 61.8, this is that sort of golden pocket. It gives it the, I would say the lesser, I'm trying to think of the lesser force to have enough room to not only set a higher low in the case of the bulls here, but also to potentially break that previous swing high, which is a daily lower high, and potentially reverse the trend. So right now, what the market is showing is lower time frame. We have that pennant breakout. Higher time frame, we know that the bears still have the potential to regain control of this market and to sell it off further. But the strength of the bears is going to be tested once we recover potentially all or most of this gap. And that's going to lead to the coincidence of a 50 to 61.8% retracement if the market continues to move higher. And from there, the strength of the bear selling pressure should be seen. If not, then of course, this market may have the structure of another V bottom. Obviously, we would want to see better bull volume back to the upside and a break of that dominant resistance somewhere above 447 to 448. That could lead the way for that V bottom to form and basically all the shorts to be stopping out on the way up. Now, when we look at the Nasdaq, similar approach here. We want to keep the same ideas across the markets as they all have bounced. And here, we want to just note that with the recovery in the Nasdaq, we don't have the same necessary compression as we do in the SPY, but the Nasdaq is one of our main leaders. So we didn't necessarily start to break out in the same fashion. We actually set this low in the morning and started to rally throughout the rest of the Wednesday session. So I can extend this out here to approximately there. So bit of a different structure here. The breakout technically did occur in pre-market, but we had a back test of this area to confirm the upside. Additionally, with the Nasdaq, we are already at a 50%, so slightly different than the SPY. And with what we're seeing in the bond market, if interest rates do continue to fall, that once again sets that correlated environment of potentially tech, certain, I would say, risk-off based sectors in regards to bonds going up. That's more of a risk-off environment, lower interest rates, and ultimately tech often benefits from that. But what's so interesting as we shift into our final index for the time being is the IWM. Not only has the IWM completed its gap fill, but it actually closed pretty much back where it came from in regards to the initial drop from Friday to Monday. So some of these smaller cap stocks are actually starting to move, and they're recovering from significant lows that have been made. Some notable names here, and we'll see that on the scan list or the gappers list today. Stocks like Plug. Fuel Cell had its earnings, and Plug actually responded well during that earnings session. But Plug is a stock that is gapping up today and having some continuation. If you look at the weekly, there's actually some room here to transition through this range and to sort of retest some of these highs that have been made back here and obviously set during the first sell-off that we encountered back in March. Let's see, there's a few others. AMC is obviously always on the list there, so the volatility of AMC helps with that. But we also saw the financial sector as a whole recovering, so the IWM certainly sees that benefit anytime the financials are Last but not least, just wanted to point out more of the bearish case scenarios here. And I'll just start off with a stock like Goldman Sachs. For those who are aware of how the Dow is comprised, Goldman Sachs is one of the larger holdings of the Dow. The only comparable name is United Healthcare in regards to their stock price. And there are some fairly bearish structures inside of these charts. So as we're recovering and filling up these gaps, we still want to be aware that bears can take control once the gap is filled or once we hit resistance. And Goldman Sachs has some of that structure pretty evident in its chart. I'll pull up a 4-hour just to show the nuance here. But you can see some of these highs and lows, this upper range. On the daily, it looked as if Goldman Sachs was trending, and throughout this range, it technically was. But we made this double top along with a fairly bearish pattern in regards to how the range rejected. It's the idea of an M-pace pattern. And simply what it means is that the market was able to test the highs and lows of this range a few times. Doesn't always have to be just twice, but 3 or 4 times oscillating through this range. And the fact that we broke down from it, if we can't recover that range, essentially if the bears take control here, essentially back testing the low end and rejecting, the Dow is one of the indices that will take some of the larger downside pressure from a stock like Goldman Sachs. So something to keep in mind, there's a bit of contrarian activity in regards to what was strong in the morning session. And then of course, with bonds rallying, financials are not often the benefactor of lower interest rates. So if a stock like Goldman Sachs is an example of how this recovery may just be a back test, then oftentimes we will see some selling pressure come in at this notable area. So something to watch. It's definitely an example of how these charts can form moving forward. And it's a really good example in regards to the amount of topside supply that is being encountered by bulls. Basically, if the stock was still strong, not only would the trend not have broken so severely, but additionally, bulls would have been able to hopefully recover this range on this back test. We haven't seen that yet, but if we do, then ultimately we can see what the downside looks like. So pretty much that's it for just summarizing some of the activity yesterday. One of the last things I wanted to talk about is just the idea of how to take advantage of some of these shorter term plays. And my example here is going to be a little quick, maybe less explanatory than needed. But I think it's a good representation of how to go sort of lower risk and lower reward in times of uncertainty, along with playing counter trend moves. Obviously, the market was in a very strong uptrend, but being short or putting on hedges in this format is not necessarily a losing endeavor. It's mostly about how you structure them and ultimately taking lower risk if you're wrong. So one thing I have here is the Think Back feature on this platform. I'm looking at the SPY, and I've gone ahead and brought it back about 2 weeks. So back on Monday the 6th. The SPY was trading near all-time highs at this point. And let's just say that you sort of saw some of the writing on the wall. You wanted to have a little bit of a downside shot in the form of either a pullback, which we've seen multiple times. Market likes to kind of creep higher and then pull back to the 20 or the 50. Or if something more severe happens, you can try and hold some of that position for a larger downside move. We obviously got that this time around. So one way you can construct that is you go out in time, something like, let's just say we wanted to have about 2 weeks of protection. So we'll go either to the 17th or the 24th series. And with the market trading at about 453, you can start to look at the put side of the chain and look for different ways to strategize to the downside. A lot of people will start off with options and simply go out and buy puts. But one of the challenges with that is additionally trying to time the top and ultimately have enough time within your contract to see some of the premium appreciation on a pullback. But additionally, if you're wrong and you're going out and buying just a put, that incorrect thesis will lead to a lot of loss because you're basically paying up for the insurance. You can see here that at the money puts not only are relatively expensive, you're paying about $5 per contract times 100 shares, it's about $500 for one put, but they're going to cost you more than the at the money call side simply because of skew. There's a lot more downside hedging and protection in the SPY, in the SPX, and therefore the pricing model for the put side is often a bit higher. So one way to mitigate this is to do a bit of creative structuring of your downside play. One thing I like to do is when we get a bit extended, usually looking at maybe volume profile, looking at the top end of your volume profile over the past 30 days. You can even look at like a 10-day for a very quick downside move. You get to that top end, it's basically saying that the upside opportunity is a bit limited and you're sort of looking for a return to VPOC or even a retest of the lower end of that standard deviation range. And when you see those scenarios, whatever they happen to be, you can come in here and look at things like buying at the money spreads. Sorry about that. Let's do this one. So something as simple as a $2 wide spread where I'm buying the 454, I'm selling the 452, and essentially I'm paying about 80 cents, or in the case of actual dollars, $84 for a downside shot. Now, the idea here is that this is not going to be a highly profitable strategy, no matter how far the market goes down. Simply looking for a pullback, the normal behavior of market, moving wave high to wave low, swing high to swing low. And if the market gives me more, then ultimately I can reassess and put on something more aggressive on a pullback. But this downside move will cost me about 84 cents. And a similar risk in regards to if I'm wrong and willing to pay all of this downside premium actually is going to cost a lot in regards to going out of the money for a put. You can see here that even 50 strikes out, I can't get that pricing until I hit somewhere around, we'll just say the 418 to 417s. So going way out of the money to buy this same amount of at least some downside, I would say exposure, costs a lot in regards to how far away from my intrinsic value I'm reaching. So additionally, with this strategy, the idea is that if the market's stable in this area, if it doesn't move, and what I have here is about a 21-day out series. Let's go to 20 September and just look at that same set of strikes. In this case, the market doesn't move, so the price stays about the same. And you can see here that actually, that's interesting. In this case, the volatility actually takes effect and my price has actually gone up slightly. Just making sure those are the same strikes here. Even though time has gone down, the IB has actually made this appreciate slightly. Most of the times you will see this either stable or just a slight loss if the market does not move. But obviously, the further out in time I go and the closer to expiration, or sorry, the closer in time the series comes closer to expiration, these out of the monies will start to decrease in value quite rapidly. So that downside protection there, or even taking the trade opportunity, can be challenging in regards to that. Don't really have the time to really elaborate any further, unfortunately, but let's go ahead and look at this a bit more next week. The market is giving us some volatility in both directions. And the idea here is that if you want exposure, sometimes you don't have to take large risk. You can simply play these oscillations back and forth as markets try and decide the dominant sort of thesis moving forward. And then from there, once you have a bit more confirmation, you can put on those more expanded call spreads, or ultimately look to sell premium to facilitate some of these payments, because you're entering a higher volatility environment. It can be challenging to sell premium unless you have some good technical setups to work in. So with that said, I'm Jared. This is Engineering the Markets. We'll look at this a bit more next week, but obviously trade safe. We still have high IV, high volatility right now. Things have compressed a bit on the recovery bounce, but let's now see what the bear response is as we are simply forming this range and ultimately potentially still at risk of a daily lower high. So that said, stay tuned for pre-market prep, and obviously enjoy your Friday. We'll talk more on Monday.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How are you doing today?
Hey, brother. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good, my friend. Doing good. Shout out to for Thor for covering for me last. Well, not last night, but yesterday. I appreciate that very much. He came in
How's your
last
little
minute
girl?
there with the buzzer beater. She's She is, man, absolutely fine now. Yesterday I felt like waking her up when she was sleeping nice and peacefully after keeping me up all night.
That's
I'm like, I
crazy,
should
man.
start crying randomly every 5 minutes. See how you like that.
I
Um,
remember. I remember.
it's yeah. But overall, she's been great, man. This is probably one
Good,
of the
dude.
worst nights we had, but overall, she's actually been pretty good. So no complaints there. Um, all right, guys, let's get into it. I didn't watch the markets at all yesterday, so I'm not sure, what was in play, what was active, and what moved. I know the SPY was the big news yesterday, and some of the Fed talk, and Jared filled us in nicely on that. So let's make sure we give Jared a big thumbs up for, again, all the work he's putting in every morning, getting us that information. So with that said, let's hop into our gappers list right away and see what we have going on over here. Right now, it's a little bit in the green. I'm assuming a little bit of a bounce, but probably because of some positive, somewhat positive news yesterday. So a lot of the tickers here in green territory this morning. Some that we know very well: Plug, TRY, AMC, of course. Fuel Cell, Lucid. This thing has been on our gappers list quite a bit. So it's been very active over the last couple of days. So we'll see what's going on there. And then in the downside, we have EAR, MRIN down 10% this morning, low flow stock, and some other ones on here as well. I'm going to assume these probably were up yesterday, and now that's why they're down 10%. So we'll see. With that said, Norm, what's the latest and greatest for today as far as market news?
Yeah, I mean, we're just still in this period of volatility. We obviously had the Fed yesterday that pumped things a little bit. They spoke about essentially being easy on the tapering and all that. So that the markets like that. Today we've got initial jobless claims, continuing claims just came out. Did not get a chance to see that number yet. It doesn't look like it's done a whole lot to the markets really. And then we've got market manufacturing PMI and services PMI at 945, and then some other stuff at 10 and noon. But that's the big deal. Hello, you're on mute.
Mute. There we go.
Yep, there you
Perfect. All right, guys, let's get cranking. Moving my Epic pen out of the way. It appears right on our thing there. All right, with that said, guys, let's take a look. We are going to remove. This is my watch list from 2 days ago, so we'll get rid of this, and then let's see what we have. Starting with, oh, I forgot to link my trade ideas. So for those that do not know how to do this by now, head on over to the main menu over at Trade Ideas. If you have it, it is probably one of the best scanners out there, if not the best. Head over to Tools. You're going to come down here, External Linking. This is going to pop this up. What you're going to do here is very simple. Add link, and then just kind of go hover wherever you want to have that link populated. That's going to be my montage. Hit OK, and there it is. Going to have your montage there. So now when I come down here over to Trade Ideas and I click on Joby, it's going to populate right on this. So pretty neat. You got to do it every time. It does not save it overnight, but it's worth it with how many tickers we're running through here. So here's Joby this morning. Let's take a look at our bigger time frame, the daily, and let's take a look at our slightly bigger time frame, the 5-minute. Not a whole lot going on right now. This is 268 million shares flow. There's no volume at the moment, guys. Again, it's been on a little run here the last couple of days, and some green on the screen there for you, bouncing off of A. Outside of that, just don't see anything good on this. And man, is this yesterday? Look at yesterday. I mean, there's nothing to see here, guys. There's nothing to see here. This is just horrible. Let's move down. Plug. This morning, they're up. I like this stock. They're up 450. They're up 5%. 451,000 shares traded. Could be interesting. I like the breakout we're getting here above 27. This is always nice when you break out of a level like that. You're gapping up. Do they have any news, Norm, or it's just overall market play here?
Plug?
Yeah.
Plug got an upgrade this morning with a $33 price target out of Piper Sandler.
Gotcha. All right. They usually don't move. That's what I'm asking, because these guys, again, they don't move a whole lot unless there's something going on. So we'll see. Pre-market action in itself does not look good at all. I mean, it's a little bit choppy. Yes, we have volume 452, but hopefully this can get a little bit better. I like the pop this morning that can possibly continue to get going here. BT, as of now, they are, see a lot of Bitcoin stuff on here. No, it's just BT. So BT up 4.8 here, 184,000. It's not looking great, this pre-market right now. Is anything going on there? Let's take a look at Mara. No, I don't think they're really in play right now. So I'm not sure if BTBT has anything, but we'll keep that one off for now. Neuro, there's two up here, two low flows that I don't know if they just popped up now or if I
BTBT
missed them.
specifically had an analyst upgrade.
They did?
So yeah, so it's not just grouped in on the Bitcoin stuff as usual.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Not saying
yeah.
it's a good. I'm not saying
Right,
it's a good
right.
choice, but that's
But that's the reason.
why. Yeah.
Yep, makes sense because I don't see any other ones on here. Neuro this morning, low flow stock up 17%. This thing has ran up in the past, as you can see here, starting in June. June had a nice little, sorry, July, a nice little pop there. Back in August as well. So could be a runner here today. Neuro, we'll put that on here. Low flow stock. Just started to get going here, so we need to give it a little bit of time. 1.3 million shares traded so far, though, even with this little move. So that's going to attract some attention. Let's see where it goes from here. HLBZ. Now this was active 2 days ago, and it's back on our list here. Very wild, man. I mean, if you guys remember on this would have been Tuesday. It was just insane the action you were getting on here. The drops were crazy. There's just no way to manage your risk on something like this, right? And even worse to read the price action. So I'm not a fan of this one. Low flow at 8.7. I'm just going to stay away from this today. All right, heading back down, we left off around AMC, TRY, VALN. Let's look at that one. This is not worth putting on our charts at all. VALN is just horrible. TLRY, guys, this one getting a little bit of a pop here, 4.1, maybe a possible. They can trade very well at times. Usually less often than not. But we'll see. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt. So far is 841, a little bit early. AMC, guys, it's always fun to watch AMC, even if you don't trade it. It's just one of these fun stocks to watch and see people get squeezed. When they start running here, it's just one of these stocks. You just want to put on your list just to not miss out, even if you don't trade it. So I'm gonna put it on my list, guys. 686,000 shares traded. Overall, I think AMC has treated us very well. If I run a report, hopefully I am green on the ticker. We'll have to do that. CRM this morning, they are up 3%, 222,000. Our issue with this one, guys, is just the entire price action, the order flow.
Garbage.
It trades horrible, man. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that on the list this morning. I knew we were going to have that conversation. I mean, they've got a good catalyst. They gave some business guidance, business outlook and guidance, and it was positive, but it's an intraday trading dumpster fire like you put up there.
Absolutely, guys. It's not a good one. All right, we'll stop here. Well, let me look at fuel cell and X because I know people like these two. So fuel cell right now, no, not a whole lot going on, guys. I don't think it's really in play this morning. And then X is one that's very heavily looked at here. X right now up 2.1. Again, I also do not think it's in play. Big drop a couple of days ago, just kind of trying to figure out what's the next move here. Lucid, we have to look at this one because this has been very, very active. This is the car company that had a better battery than Tesla, right? Longer range, if you guys remember. And right now,
better looking.
Right. I have not seen one of these. I'll have to look it up and when we get a break there. But again, this has been very active, guys. Yesterday, wow, we sold off pretty nice here. Popping up a little bit, 2%, 735,000 shares traded. Don't mind the drill going on back there. Just ignore that at all costs. I'm going to put Lucid here, guys. What's the float on it? There's 215, 229. Okay, that's pretty good there. All right, I prefer to have the garbage truck sounds than the drill. That's for sure. Gapping down this morning, guys. 20 million shares flow down 60%. I mean, it's done what it's done. I don't know if how it's going to trade at the open. Usually, when something's so oversold like this, you can get some pretty choppy action here. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm going to.
There's a criminal investigation of the company. I would be real careful on this.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and I'll just remind people. And here is a U.S. corporation. It's remember Luckin a year ago, and the fraud and all that gets halted, and you're trading it, and then your capital is, even if you take a short, you're on the winning side of the trade. Your capital is tied up for however long the thing may be halted for. So I'd be real careful with that.
Yeah, yeah. We'll put it on here, guys. But again, I don't know how tradable this thing is going to be. I just want to see where it's going to go from here after being down 60%. That's a big, big number. 2.7 million shares traded this morning. Enron had a nice pop yesterday. Gave some of it back. Right now they're gapping down 9.2, 742,000 shares traded. Could be. We have shares for short. Could be interesting. The float on this 14 million. Second days are rough. This might not stay here. We might get rid of this. Second days after a big move like that are usually not the best. Valet here, I don't see much going on, guys. Again, they're down 1.8, 378,000. I don't think it's really in play. Nice drop for the most part. I just don't see a whole lot happening right now in the pre-market action. Down 7% though. Huge float here, 4.5 billion. And VC, also another low flow stock, down again after a couple of days here of some action. Again, sitting on the American Stock Exchange as well, so you want to be careful with that. This just doesn't look good at the moment, so we'll skip on this one. ATER, this has been in our gappers list quite a bit, making a lot of noise over the last all September, really. This morning they're down 5.1, 3 million shares traded. Pre-market action does look good. I haven't looked at this enough to determine how it trades. We'll put it as a secondary here. ATER. Usually when we have this one, there's stuff that looks better. So I either end up putting it as a secondary or not, just going back to it after the market bell. TMC, this is the recent IPO. It's just, man, it's getting slammed today below their IPO price here. And they're down 4.3, 469. If you look at the intraday action yesterday, man, they had some nice fun here towards the downside. So this is not good for them at all. I don't even know what company this is. TMC, the metals company. This is pretty clear there.
It's been in play. It's a meme mining stock, but they've been in play the last few mornings. I don't know that it's anything great.
Yeah, I'm not sure there. I mean, I'm shocked we have shares for short on this thing, but let's put it right on here. TMC, guys, down 4.7 this morning. We have a lot. I wonder how much do we actually have. Okay, I figure it's not going to be a lot. 2,000 share, guys. So it's not a whole lot that we have to play with here. That's basically will be gone if not already. All right, let's stop here. Let's take a look over what you guys like this morning. RAC, is this Rite Aid, right? Usually Rite Aid. Let's see.
Rite Aid is not rad.
Is not rad? No, who's rad? Oh, Rite Aid.
Oh, it is rad.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. I agree. Rite Aid is rad, but Rite Aid is not rad. I get it 100%. Yes. So again, horrible trading stock, guys. We usually stay away from this one. Norm, anything you like on your end this morning that you're looking at?
Not so far. Throw it to the room.
Okay, let's do that. RFG, we'll start with you. You're giving us Tesla. They got a downgrade. Tesla, let's take a look. This morning, pretty quiet right now. So their downgrade's not doing a whole lot of noise. Their daily's been interesting, right? Just kind of keep bouncing back and down here against this 760, looking hopefully for a breakout. I don't think they're really in play right now, even with that downgrade. What bank was it? Was it a reputable bank, right? Some of these downgrades sometimes are from people you never even heard of, and they really have no movement, but hopefully a big bank. But not having any effect on it right now. We'll have to wait for the market open.
It wasn't, by the way.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, so guys, if it's not one of the big boys, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, one of the big guys, these little guys, they have their own agenda there. Just be very, very careful with that. Facebook here, they are up almost a little bit of 0.5% here, 185,000. Nathan, thank you so much for the $5 bomb there. Appreciate you very much, man. Thank you for that. Going to cure children cancer for this month, so appreciate that. All right, heading down Facebook's been taking a bit of a hit over the last couple of days, guys. Look at this drop here, just losing some levels of support here with no problem at all. So they're not having a fun time. Could be interesting today for a continuation. I mean, they're pretty extended towards the downside already, coming up again against another level of support. Yeah, it could be a possible. I don't see it in play right now. I just like the drop over the last couple of days. Maybe that can create some kind of opportunity. I'm not I'm not seeing that just now. Here's Apple. Apple's just a good one to watch, guys. We have over 1 million shares traded on this one, trying to bounce back after a nice sell-off over the last couple of weeks, 2 or 3 or so there. I'll put it on here just to see where that goes. TMC, yeah, that one is no good today. SoFi here. They got volume. They're popping up. Big day yesterday. Possible continuation. After such a big day like this, I want the pre-market action to show us something here. Tell us that, okay, you're really ready to go up to the next level here. The pre-market action is not showing us that, right? Can we be wrong and this thing can take off at the market open? Yes. But right now, it's just, I don't see anything great besides the daily on some breakouts here. So that's just going to get them a spot over at the possibles area there, and we'll see what happens after that. I heard Jared talking about American Airlines and some of the travel companies here kind of having a little bit of a pop. American Airlines this morning up slightly 1.2 after a decent day yesterday. I say decent because, again, we had bigger days, right? Bigger moves, and it just comes right back down. Another decent move here, right back down. Today, yesterday we did the same thing. Are we going to break out here and actually guess the moves that we were getting? If you guys remember earlier this year, and late last year, right? Late last year, we got some really nice, good moves. The volume, look at the volume difference, guys. Look at this, right? I know it might be a little bit tough to see there, but you can see how much volume is running through this. Look at it now, the drop almost half. And that's where you're getting some of this choppiness here, right? So it hasn't really been all that great compared to what we had last year. Let's see, today maybe a breakout here on American Airlines. United is not much going on. We'll watch American only. Let's just keep that one on deck. Twitter, NVIDIA, let's see. Twitter, what we got? Unless there's news on Twitter, I usually don't watch this one, guys. They need to get heavy volume. So I'm not sure what's going on there. NVIDIA is similar to Apple. You can watch either one of these. I think they're great tech companies to keep an eye on. I find NVIDIA slightly more difficult to trade. There's a lot less volume than there is like on an Apple. And the price action is a little bit different. Not that it's horrible to trade. You can trade this one. And I see John, I think Mike, and those guys, they trade this very well quite often. But I'm going to stick with Apple for my tech type company. So what's going on? I see a couple of you guys throwing Twitter out again. Unless there's any news, it's really not really in play at the moment. Snap had a strong day yesterday. Yeah, you had a couple of stocks with a strong day yesterday, right? So Snap had a strong day. It's just, again, no volume this morning, under 100,000, well under that. So I don't see anything good there. All right, guys. Let's take a look at one more. Sava. What do we have here? This is the one that Brian swing traded a couple of days ago. I'm sure he's out by now and did very well there, all the way up to 60. Yeah, I don't see it in play, guys. Just no volume at the moment. All right, let's get over to YouTube. What do you guys have today? What do you guys like? Let's start with Mike. You're giving us PLTR this morning. This is usually a hit or miss. PLTR, as far as choppiness, this morning the volume is just not there, guys. Again, remember on this drop here, guys, we had a lot of stuff that was gapping down, and our list was full of stuff that was just gapping down, and just because of the overall market. Well, today there's a lot of stuff gapping up that's not looking all that great. So we'll have to see how it plays out. Again, I'm not a big fan of PLTR at all, especially now with this light pre-market action that we're getting. Here's Facebook this morning. We looked at Facebook already. It's just a big drop, but not much going on there. Corey is giving us MRM. What is this? MRM, big pop this morning, 86%, 5.9 million shares traded. Good pre-market action this morning. Yeah, let's keep an eye on MRM, guys. What's the news on this? What's the float? MRM. This is 2 million shares flow. So on the lower side, a health type company, healthcare technologies. Be careful with these type of floats, guys. They can be very, very dangerous. We'll put it on here for now. RNAS, what is that? RNAS there. What do we have going on? This is up 33%. A little bit of a lower price here. So I prefer to have something that's higher price. So I'm going to keep it off my list, guys. We got some good ones down here. I like MRM now, a Neuro. It's got some action to it there. EAR, what's EAR doing this morning? Dropping 60%. So I'm going to keep these for now. X, we looked at X, guys, and it wasn't doing a whole lot right now, right? So not a whole lot going on X. I'm going to keep it off my list. Tesla, we do have on deck. Actually, no, we looked at it, but I don't think it was really in play, guys. I mean, they have a downgrade here. Now you're starting to get a little bit more volume, but I don't think it's really in play. SLI, what is that? SLI, no good, no good. Sitting on the American Stock Exchange as well, so just be careful. Again, this exchange is very weird, so be careful for the way we trade at least. We'll do a few more. A54 SQRR, that's not coming up, so check that ticker, please. QS. This one looks bad, guys. This is not good today.
It was in play a couple of days ago, but
yeah, right on here.
You got a better chance of getting slammed on it the third day in.
Yeah, and it's just the volume, the overall price action is just not there. ATER we do have on our secondary list, guys. So if you look over here, over on YouTube, if we have it here already, we are going to talk about it in a little more detail a little bit later after our community announcements. Let's look at EDU. This is a horrible. Oh, no type stock. This is not one you want to trade at all. This is just doesn't look good. And we've seen this, I mean, for some time. It's been on our gap list here and there. It's just stay away from that. It's just pure garbage, guys. CCL, this one this morning up 1.5, 221,000 shares traded. Again, similar to the airlines, they've just been having a very tough time, guys. Look at the chop here. I don't think they're really in play. So again, I'm just gonna keep those off. Two more, Coin, Roku, and maybe Bank of America. We'll do those and we'll end there. So let's look at Coin this morning. Horrible. No, you don't want to trade this. This is just not looking good, guys. No volume. You only got 30,000 shares traded, right? That's not enough volume for this to be on your radar unless you know about some crazy catalyst that this thing is gonna react to. And even when they are getting some type of volume, guys, right? It's 14 million, 7 million is very low for a stock sitting at 250 dollars. That's going to move pretty bad. So I don't think this is ever going to be a good intraday trading stock, right? Here's Roku this morning. They are up 3%, 60,000 shares traded. Not a whole lot of volume, but I like this pop on Roku here, 3.3, because we know they can trade very well. I'm gonna put Roku on there. Any news on these? Anything going on there? That pop seems a little bit higher than usual. So just wondering if something's happening there with them. And then last one.
They got an upgrade out of Goldman this morning.
Why would you do that?
And they got a new product too.
Okay, cool. We're just gonna put you on timeout there. Just you earn yourself there on the penalty box for spamming the chat. Don't do that. So Roku. All right, we'll keep it on here. See what happens there.
I missed it because I was looking at something else. But actually, I'm just gonna remove them from the channel. That's enough.
Yeah, kick them out. Show them the door. Put him in the garbage truck, whatever we have to do. Let's get rid of that guy. All right, guys. Cool. Let's stop here. Let's go over to community. What was that? Yeah, don't do that. Let's go over to our community events and what's coming up for the rest.
On Reg, thank you, buddy. 10 pounds.
Appreciate that very much. Let's throw it right over here, guys. Thank you very much for that support. Appreciate that very much. Max dollar by dollar for Andrew. Norm, we'll talk about that in just a sec.
All right. Andrew's webinar for the 920 is up. It was actually in the newsletter that went out yesterday. If you haven't read that, take a look. Then last night was the town hall with Dr. Katz and Andrew. That should be posted soon if it's not already. Next week, we've got mindfulness during trading with Mike, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, Andrej, 10 pounds that he just donated. Thank you very much, man. The kids appreciate it. All that for this month is going to be matched dollar for dollar by Andrew and given to Cure Childhood Cancer, a great organization. It really close to a lot of us. A lot of us have either had family or friends affected with kids that had cancer. So thank you very much. It means a lot. If you want to participate in the member trade of the day, trade of the week, take a screenshot of the best trade of the day and post it on Twitter. Tag at BearBullTraders, at MikeB_BBT, and at NormBBT. Also use hashtags BBT Family, Day Trading, and Stock Market. Winner will be announced Monday in the room and on Twitter, and then all those trades of the day are voted on by the team over the weekend and announced on Monday. Speaking of YouTube, if you want to try out the room and you've only watched this on YouTube so far, you can go to the homepage. You can get the test drive at a discount. Go to barebulltraders.com, scroll down the page, and you will see that test drive button. Click that. When you check out, use the promo code premarket24. It'll get you a discount off the intro membership. And after that 7 calendar day trial is up, it will just end. It will not charge you again. So go give that a shot. We'd love to see you in the room.
All right, excellent, guys. All right, pretty cool. Let's hop in here and see what we have on our list, guys, starting with Plug. So let's look at Plug there. All right, Plug's starting to get moving here, so definitely looking good. We'll keep that on deck. AMC is next. Great volume here. Again, it's just a fun stock to watch overall, and there is plenty of opportunities at times. I think if you wait 15-20 minutes on this stock, let it settle down, and see what's going to pick a direction, it can be a very fun and easier to read the price action. LSID this morning, again, we cannot not have this one on our list. It's been up almost ever since here to 16, now 25. Great volume. It's increasing over the last couple of days. So I think it's worth having on our list. We have Apple here also. I think it's a good one, a tech company to keep an eye on. American Airlines, you know what? I thought this should be more of a possible. I don't think it's really in play right now. I know it's dependent on what's going on with just the overall market in that area, but I don't think it's really in play, guys. I'm just gonna bring it down. I'd rather watch something like Roku, where you haven't had nothing going on here, and you're getting a little breakout right now. Well, not little. I mean, it's up 3.3. I know the volume is a little bit light, but that's typical Roku. You can get 66,000, then it can get going pretty nicely here. So we'll see where that goes. So I like that list so far. Possibles list, we have American Airlines, we have ATER, we have ATR looking decent actually. The pre-market action looks all right on that. We might move that one up. Let's see. We do not have shares for sure. I just checked that. TMC again dropping. I just think this stock you got to be very careful with. TRY. TLRY starting to get some love here. Up 7.1, volume coming in. Yeah, we might move this up. Who can we replace here? Plug is good. AMC. LSID is good. Apple, Roku. We'll just throw it on here because I don't think we can remove those other ones just yet. We'll add TRY here at the moment, so we'll put that on there. All right, TRY, that's good. Roku. All right, perfect. I think that looks good. And then TMC, no good. Facebook, again, I don't think it's really in play. SoFi, I also do not think it's really in play right now. So low flow stocks, MRM, looking really good, guys, now looking to break the high of the pre-market. MRN, just slamming down. Again, this thing is, this thing might be done. The fund might be done on this one. We do have shares for short on it. What's the float on this, by the way? How low is this? MRN. We are looking at $8 and no, not the float. The float is 14 million shares float. So it's okay. I'm just going to remove this one, guys. Huge drop, but again, I don't think it's really going to be tradable today. We'll have to wait and see. Neuro kind of giving some back a little bit here. Not looking great. MRM is really the one that looks the best out of all of them right now. So I got that on top of the list. These two, unless they get their act straight, we're probably going to chop them from our list as we get closer to 9:30. All right, let's do some levels, starting with Plug, guys. High of the pre-market sitting at 28.34. Slam that there. Above that, we do have 30.22. Let's put a level there as well. And if we head up here, we can see that 30.22, that level playing real nice here on the daily. You can see across the board how many touches we have on that support and resistance. That's a major level, guys. You got a lot of change in direction happening here at that target 32.22. Some resistance here as well. So more support and resistance, more support happening here. I mean, all over the place. This level is seeing some love here. So yeah, the more a level has touches like this right to the penny, really, the stronger that level is going to be. So that's a very strong level right there, 30.22. Towards the top, we do have another level here, 31.85, and we'll do one more just in case, 33.30. Right on there. So again, I don't think we'll get all the way up there, but right now, anything can be possible. Towards the bottom, guys, highs and lows from the last two trading days, but right above the highs from yesterday, around 27, there is a spike right over here at 27.59, right? 27.59. You got an area of a change in direction there, nice resistance. You do have a couple of days opening, closing right around that area, but again, it's no 30.22, right? It's not a level like this one. It does have touches, but nowhere near what that other great level has up here. So we'll see where it goes, guys. Plug, as we know, it can be very choppy. The volume usually is a lot higher in the pre-market when they're going to be in play. But we'll see where it goes today. Again, I like this pop up 5.1. Let's see if that can get going. AMC this morning. This is just a good one to watch overall. Right here, we got a little bit of a consolidation happening. Up 3% this morning. 809,000 shares traded. Up high of the pre-market, sitting at 41. Actually 42 to be exact, is the high of the pre-market, and slightly above that, we got this gap down here where we saw a lot of touches as well. 44.20. You can see right on there, guys, tons of areas of support and resistance over at 44.20. This level here, not as strong, but it is a level, 43.21, right? You do have a nice little touch there, 43.21, kind of in the middle where the price is right now, and this great level of 42. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Towards the bottom, guys, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. So that is good there. LSIT this morning, the low of the pre-market sitting at 25.27. And the high of the pre-market over at a 25.94. So that's you pretty much set there. I don't think you need to add anything else, guys. Highs and lows are doing an amazing job for you, covering some of these levels around the price action. So you're good there. If we were to find something towards the top above this 25.94, all right, it's a big gap there. So let's see what we have on the daily. We can find a couple of touches. It might go to 27.10. 27.10 has some good touches right on here, guys. Area of resistance right on there, so that's good. Some days opening and closing right around that area, so that's a level you want to have. 27 there for Lucid towards the top of LSIT. Apple again trying to recover a little bit here after such a huge drop, not huge but decent drop over the last couple of days. Trying to find support. Yesterday finally found a way to end the day green here. By quite a bit. 147.68 is your high of your pre-market. If we look at this daily above this is a very, very good level here, guys. Look at this one. 149.76, might be 150 to be exact, but around that area, you got a beautiful pop all the way up to there. That's where you found resistance. Then you start doing this, right? Testing it over and over and over again, right? Finally, you're able to break out of it. You broke out of it here, slam right below it. Here it was a much better breakout. Look how nice that was towards the top there, right? So we'll see where this heads to. Great level to have on your daily there. Towards the bottom, which we're heading to at the moment. Great volume, 1.3, by the way, picking up nicely. Pre-market action after 8, looking, actually before that, 7, looking real good, guys. Look at how these candles are forming. You know, you don't want your pre-market action looking like this, right? Here you got the candles are connecting a whole lot better. You can see they're being built nicely, wider candles, decent volume. This is a great pre-market action, not a good pre-market action. So towards the bottom, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days got you covered. You're all set there. Here is Roku. Roku this morning, they are up 3%. 3% here, guys. If you look at 335 high of the pre-market, above that you do have 341.68. And then slightly above that, you do have 364.31. So a couple of levels there to go off. You also have this one here. Again, it's not a great daily, but you also have 351.17 as well. Towards the bottom, tons of levels, guys. Highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. TRY got a little breakout here earlier. High of that pre-market is going to be 1247. Coming back a little bit now, but they got some decent volume, guys. 816,000, breaking out of this area consolidation for the last 3 days, hitting the next area consolidation, which is kind of stuck in the middle of that one right now. So if we look at the daily here, this 1220 is a good level. I'm going to mark that there because you do have a consolidation happening there. And that is actually where the breakout started happening, right around that 1220. Right, we saw a nice little break all the way to 1247. Let's see if that's going to create any type of continuation here. Looking at the top side, we have levels at 1286. Nice level there, and then we got tons up here. I don't know, this is probably from previous trading days. 1387, 1440. Again, I don't think these are relevant as far as where the price action is now. That's a big move for TLRY to do. I don't think it has it in it. It has it in it to do a move like that, right? So we'll have to wait and see. All right, guys, let's take a look at our moderators lineup. 908. Let's see what we have going on here. As I am doing this, please make sure to hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We appreciate that very much. It does help us out quite a bit. So let's resize this. Let's put that there. And we'll bring this over and see what our moderators are watching this morning. So here we go. All right. Excellent. So we got the question. We're doing a where was it? It was I believe it was the onboarding class. So we have some onboarding members that are ladies, and one of the questions came up on the onboarding class is how many ladies do we have? And we are very proud of our BBT ladies, guys. We have a very strong a ladies group here that gets together on a regular basis. You can see here, it's even a women's Slack group for BBT. So definitely reach out to Tiffany, guys, if you are a new member. Again, they have definitely have a lot going on there as far as meetups and virtual meetups and stuff like that. So take advantage of that for sure. No big standout watching Apple Spy TRY.
Look at them all chiming in too, man.
What was that?
You show YouTube the chat there. They're all chiming in.
Oh,
I love
are they?
it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Let's bring this up.
So
Here we go.
the funny thing is, we did
yes.
there's a number of them that actually even don't use women's name. They're a women's name when they come in the room because they think it's like a bros club, and I can promise you it is not. We did a survey, an anonymous survey a while back, and we got a lot of notes from women and saying, how they they were super happy. They were scared to join because they thought it was a bunch of dudes, and but no, it's so I'm proud of that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it sure is, guys. Look at that. It just keeps going. So thank you, ladies, for that. Appreciate you very, very much. So, but yeah, if you are,
and they're damn good traders too.
They're better than us, unfortunately. they're really good. Women make better traders.
Carlos, I'm gonna ask
that is. Oh man, I gotta fix that. Hold on. How do I fix that? I know just the thing to do here, my friends. Every time I mess up, I just throw this out there, and it just takes everything off my plate. Guys, don't worry. Just you didn't miss anything. You're all good. Let's just move on. All right, guys. Jesse, thank you so much for the super chat.
Jesse, thank you so much.
$10 bomb. Carlos, can you reply to my email regarding educational videos? Oh yes, I do have an answer for you. It's back on me. So I do have an answer. I did check with one of our guys yesterday. Just since you donated it, I will answer you here live in front of everybody. Those videos were taken off, and unfortunately, so they're not available in the Education Center anymore. But John has videos on Dash Trader Pro on how to set up the montage. It's not the videos I created, but they're very similar. It's just information is in a different order. So definitely check that out. So as you can see, I read your email, and hopefully that was the right email. I just assumed that's what it was. But all right. Cool. Moderators lineup, guys. Let's go in here. Thor, no big standout. We went through Thor's already. John's looking at NVIDIA, Tesla, mRNA, BA. Dima is looking at Plug, Apple, SoFi, and X. Peter, IPOs for today. Couple of IPOs for today. No SPACs this morning. Tiffany's looking at Apple, TRY, Plug, Tesla, Facebook. Peter is taking it on AMD, TRY, Apple, and the secondary is LSID, Facebook, and Plug. Eamon for longs, he's looking at DKNG, CCL, Piton, potential shorts, Apple, ARKK, XOM, and NNDM this evening. Simon is looking at some key things here: BA, DKNG, LSID, and Snap, and you got some numbers there of key levels he's looking for on his watch list this evening. Simon is a new moderator, guys. Just give him a nice welcome. So thank you. The first time I think we interacted to the chat here. So welcome, Simon. Glad to have you on board. So
he's been working on the PCT side for a while, so he's going to be helping us out now over here too.
Beautiful thing. Thank you. That's going to be a lot of fun there. So Brian coming in with his list: Neuro, MRM, AMC, Billy, and TRY on his list this morning. So excellent, guys. I think we're pretty much set. Norm, anything that we might be missing?
No, brother. I think we're in pretty good shape.
Yep. I think we are. We're just going to wait for Andrew and Brian to hop on here so we can get going. In the meantime, let's do a quick recap of what we have. We have Plug, guys. Again, nice pop this morning. Volume's okay. AMC, they're going to get the volume selling down a little bit from the pre-market highs at 42 down to 41. It's $1 drop so far. LSID also dropping a little bit here from the pre-market high. So a lot of things kind of taking a turn to the south side here, including Apple. Is the SPY dropping? Because everything is kind of doing, all right. So that's what it is. We're kind of
a little bit.
Yeah, it's dropping a little bit. But if you look at Apple, I mean, this is identical to what Apple is doing. So it's kind of just following the market here. Everybody has the fear. Okay, are we going to drop again now? So We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Roku hanging tight there. Again, volume very light, guys. I'm hoping that this thing is gonna get some volume to market open. I do like this pop of 3%. Normally, if it was any other stock, this would not be on our list. It's just not. The numbers don't look great, right? TRY also got some action here, and almost a million shares traded. We'll see where that takes us in a few minutes. So, all right, see, Brian is starting to fire up the engine, so he's coming on in a bit. And what else? What else do we have going on? I wonder if that was Jesse's question. Did I answer the right question there for Jesse? Guys, if you donate $10, we will answer any question for you live.
Not any question, and we're not dancing. Just
we'll answer
you
some
need to
questions.
you need to clean up how you phrase things, brother. I'm gonna fly to New Jersey, and we're gonna have it out if you don't fix this.
Yes. We might answer some questions live, but we will not dance.
We reserve the right to not answer some questions. Number one. Number two, there is no dancing.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Good morning, Brian. How are you doing today? I don't think he has his headphones on. Yeah, he's having a shot of tequila there. I can see him. He's walking away, so he just kind of went somewhere there. All right, cool, guys. If you haven't done so already, guys, it means a whole lot to us. And I don't know what the likes are right now, but if we get above that 300 likes over on YouTube, 400, we are happy campers over here. So please make sure to slam that thumbs up. It helps us a whole bunch here as we continue to, grow our channel and just, provide you guys with this stream every morning. So appreciate that very, very much. It's a way to kind of support us there. All right, cool. I don't think we have anything else left. No more moderators with their list. I think we cover everyone. Our list is looking okay today. Here is Jared. Jared's coming in with his list. He likes.
I think. Go ahead and hit Jared's list.
Yeah. Jared's list, TRY, plug, AMC, and Facebook, and he's also looking at just the overall market ETFs this morning. Go ahead, Norm.
Just gonna say, I mean, I think we've turned that corner from the summer markets. We're starting to get into this. We're in some decent volatility. So, not to say that we can't have some funky days from here on. And this is notorious. September, October is notoriously volatile, and some of the most negative months historically in the markets. But decent trading coming our way. It looks like. Anyway, I can hear Brian.
Looking forward to that. Yes, Brian, good morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Norm. Good morning, Carlos.
Good morning, Brian. I'm going to flip over to you here, and I'll hang around with you while Andrew comes on. Brian, I see your list here. Neuro, MRM, AMC, Billy, and TRY. And I know you swing traded Sava a couple days ago. And that was nice, right?
Yeah, it was an awesome short once it got, even after in the pre-market, it just kept selling off. I think it went red on the day eventually, but that was quite the price swing on it. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it. I mean, I never did figure. I didn't actually do any research after to see what the news was on this that made it pop up so much. But anyway, this morning I'm not super crazy about everything. I mean, we're gapping up quite a bit. Seem to be selling off a little right now, but yeah. Well, we'll see how things look in the as we get closer to the open. Anyway,
excellent.
People are watching Plug. I know I looked at Plug. It's kind of interesting. It's not really doing much in the pre-market here. I'm thinking that the Chinese stocks are going to sell off at the open. That's why I picked Billy, but K-Web is pretty much flat right now. Baba's looking like it's going to go red. JD has already gone red.
JD, let's see. Yeah, a couple of things kind of selling down a little bit here. I think because the SPY is
Yeah,
kind of moving down a little bit, so maybe that's pulling some stuff down.
I know they had some out of country bond payments today, Courtney, and I'm not sure if they made them or not. I didn't hear that they did as of this morning.
Yep.
So
All right, I see Andrew's on. Good morning, Andrew. I'll leave you
Good
guys
morning.
to it, and I'll see you in the chat room. All right, guys, take care.
I think they're probably going to. Well, I think there was some article in the Wall Street Journal that said the Chinese government was telling officials to prepare for them to go under. So, yeah, under normal conditions, you would think this would be cause for the markets to sell off. We'd be down 300 points, but no.
Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone is having a good morning.
SPY is going to sell off at the open too, I think. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning. How are you, Brian?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. Doing good stuff.
Absolutely.
So the market collapsed on Monday, stabilized on Tuesday, rallied on Wednesday, and popped up on the Thursday. This is a really nice market that we're living in there.
Mm-hmm.
TLY. The wheat stocks are back.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
So, what's the Tilray going on? Do you know?
Probably. I think they had earnings.
Okay, so I'm gonna watch Apple AMC, MRM,
Maybe.
Neuro, and Tilray. Exactly like Brian. These the usual suspects for me. Apple
BlackBerry.
AMC,
I think
MRM.
did BlackBerry have earnings too? I don't know. Or is it just
Okay.
the meme thing today? Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, it's definitely a Wall Street Bets thing. And Tilray reported their results this morning. Expedia had a good day yesterday. It's up again today. Neuro looks like it's going to be in play for sure. It is Neuro. Neuro has 5.6 million float.
All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. My strategy today is buy low and sell high. That is my strategy today. I hope that everyone is going to do that. Neuro is popping up already above 15.
Yeah,
if you get a pullback,
starting to
it could be a
move.
good entry. Yeah. So MRM, these two are exactly equal. Are they the same thing, MRM and Neuro?
I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly. They're similar. But yeah, both of them potential opening range break up. We do have shares for short and Neuro. 70,000 shares probably going to be gone.
Yeah, it's going to
AMC
be.
opening range break up. Yeah. Everyone should be able to see my screen. You can switch the channel to my screen. My trade ideas expired for some reason, so I don't have access to trade ideas today. I got to pay. We have tons of people on YouTube. Thank you so much for all the super chat. Jesse, thank you so much. Andre, 10 pounds. Thank you so much. Andre is every day. Andre is donating. Thank you so much from London. Andre, by the way, I'm going to be in London mid-October and Edinburgh. Maybe we can meet. And we appreciate the like or subscribe to our channel. We have 0 dislike today. Oof. Where are those couple of people that they are coming and disliking? They probably slept in today.
So
0 dislike.
Susan,
there
I
you go.
thought I put the link in the video. It's on the BBT line if you're a member of BBT
Newsletter,
YouTube.
yeah.
My video should be there. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else had trouble with the link.
People seriously disliking the videos. Okay, I'm not gonna make that joke again. So AMC, I think, is really good, especially if it comes above the VWAP, potential open range breakup. Um, I think AMC has the room to go up. That's for sure. Apple is popping up. They lost the VWAP. I mean, everything lost just that momentum at the open. IWM was up. I should have sold IWM. The TNA, I was up on TNA a lot, but now I lost it.
Oh, did I not put the link in? That was dumb.
The link to your recap?
Yeah.
So
Video
maybe
last
Abiel
night.
can, maybe Abiel can post it in the channel. Maybe we're gonna send another email today and with the link. Yeah, sorry, we kind of changed some stuff on YouTube, and recaps for Brian is only available if you go directly and sign up your email. Yeah, I saw that, Norm. Thank you so much, and excellent. So a few minutes
Yeah.
to be open.
Well, I'm gonna focus kind of on neuro. I'm not really too crazy about anything right now, and maybe MRM. And I'm gonna watch plug a little bit here. Probably do plug 2. Roku is moving. Yeah, Roku's moving up, isn't it?
MRM. Hopefully, we get a good pullback on MRM and Noro and URO. Because
Yeah, Roku's really moving today. Yeah.
neurometrics.
I've switched to JD from Billy because it seems the weakest. Ooh, KWeb's just gone red on the day. I think the Chinese stocks are going to be weak. So I'll look for maybe a short. Tilray's looking weak.
Noro is strong. That's Tilray, TLRY.
Definitely have shares for short here.
Tesla is doing nothing. Apple, I can have another one in my watch list. Anything else? Tilray, Plug, Neuro.
I'm going to watch Tilray too. So I'm really going to. It's looking very weak. And Neuro is looking pretty strong.
Again, 1 minute to the open, guys. So people on YouTube, guys, remember what you hear and what you see is a little bit delayed, about 10-15 seconds. Just be mindful of that. Brian, people in the chat is live real time. You can see my screen. BlackBerry BB is the Wall Street bet, probably the activity of Wall Street bet people.
Yeah.
My friends over there.
So, okay, we got 1 minute to the open here. Watch for a pullback on Neuro.
Good luck, all. Trade safe. Wait. Don't jump in too much, too fast. God, I'm still amazed that BlackBerry is still a company. It's a Canadian company. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they have some pretty decent technology actually. That Q, whatever it is.
All right. So
Okay,
the
here we go. Here we
market
go.
is open. All the best. Neuro is popped up. Let's see.
Tilbury's popping up.
I like the volume on MRM too. Leave it.
Just got
Leave it
long some. Just got long some Neuro at 1489.
Why
Here
did you
we
get?
go.
Fuck with that TNA?
There we go.
Neuro is good. Yeah, so all of these active stocks were really open. Were opened above the VWAP, so that was not really cool. Thorwin long SPY. AMC potential long on it. Let's see.
Just sold some Neuro. I don't like the way it's trading at this point. It's kind of jerky.
It's gonna leave it extended, so the market is doing some stuff. AMC potential long. I'm taking a long at 41.35 on AMC. See if AMC can go up toward if it holds the VWAP. The long is small on AMC. I have 1,000 share of AMC at 45.35. Let's see if you can pop above. I think a little bit more. It's a big ask. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm out of the rest of Neuro since dog's breakfast here.
I'm getting out of
Tilray.
AMC. Yeah, it's a garbage stock. Tilray is nice.
Tilray's
Tilray
popping
popped
up here. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm getting out of this AMC. Tilray potential long. Let's see what AMC is doing. Jerky price action everywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was worried about.
MRM is popping up. 15. I'm
Yeah,
taking
I
a
see
long on
that.
MRM. 1586, 15 MRM. Let's see if you can go towards 16. Let's see a good squeeze. Long MRM at 1550. Sold sub 1625. See if you can continue this. 1574. I'm holding. See.
There we go.
Adding a little bit more at 16. Come on.
And then nice pop through 16.
Yeah, see if you can hold it. I think a potential, another pop above 16. Or maybe not.
I think it's going to go.
See. MRM, come on. Sold some, 1647.
Yeah, selling more.
If you can go to
1670.
17, I'm pretty good on it. Yes. Let's see if
Yeah.
you can go to 17. Oh yeah, sold. I kind of get halted now. 69.
Yeah, nice.
Halta.
Neuro was the dud.
So I'm stuck in the halt. I'm holding the halt. Man, TNA was come on, go up, man. I was up like 20 grand in the pre-market, and now I'm down on it. It's just, how is that? Did anyone got stuck in the halt? I'm in the halt.
Yeah, I'm in the halt too.
1694 is probably open up above 17. Maybe we can just get ready for it. Nice. Oh yeah, baby Adam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuck in the halt. Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Tilray eventually broke down here. Ooh.
Seth, how are you, Seth? Where are you in Japan now? Stuck in a halt. Nice, could be a hit song.
Stuck in a halt.
Nice.
Yeah.
AMC is coming up. I don't know if I want to touch that AMC piece of
Wow.
garbage. AMC.
Plug is really out. Dog's breakfast.
Taking a long on AMC
Uptown.
just for the sake of fun to be since we're on the halt over there. I'm taking a long on AMC at 41.35. See if you can potentially go up to.
Oh yes, look at Sava's popping, eh?
Long AMC at 41.35. Let's see if you can get the opening range break up. It's a little bit jerky today, AMC, but see if you can go above 41.50. Oh yeah. Come on, if you break up that level, that would be really nice. Okay, let's see. 160 MRM. I'm ready to MRM as soon as it comes out of the halt. I'm ready to get out of all of my trades. All of my position, I'm going to get out of it. It probably opens up about 17 and then sells off. Usually when the stocks are, usually when they are gapping, halting on the way up, they usually gap up and then they might continue or they might really sell off. So let's see if our friend and AMC is going to go up. Sold more at 41.60. Did anyone got into the AMC? Man, Ardi has purchased so much stuff in options in my account that I don't know which one is my current position. Seriously, you see, I can't see which one is which. Which one is my current position? So this is my position that Ardi has bought. Long, short, covered calls, covered puts. What the hell? I can't see which one is which. That's the problem. That
that is a problem. Tilray's really trying to hang on to this pre-market sort of level here.
So I'm gonna have this guy.
I'm just thinking, what are we?
I should disconnect that one from this actually. Let's see what the AMC is doing.
MRM. I'm getting ready to sell some at 17.30.
So yeah, Kyle, you define a new trader on it, yes, and then it's not connected to DAS. I have to do that because it drives me crazy right now what Ardi is doing.
It's going to open here in a few seconds. MRM.
MRM.
Here we go.
So, there you go.
Sold.
1730. Oh yeah, awesome.
So I got out 1730.
Oh yeah, beauty MRM. Oh, That's awesome. It's going to go to 18. Oh, I'm getting out more. Damn, what a trade on it. And now
Yeah,
it's
this
dropping.
one was, you just never know which one's is the one that's going to run, right?
So I'm still having my average is at 16. So I still have in it. AMC is also ripping. Oof, AMC is going to go to 42. The day became bad. So I'm getting out of more on MRM. Might be going to 18 MRM actually. So I have a little bit of MRM left. Let's see.
Yeah, I've got some left too here.
AMC more out.
SPY is just grinding higher.
I'm gonna put some order at through Arca at 8. No, not 17, 18. I'm gonna hit 18. I'm gonna put my order at 18. See if you can get there. I have order at 18. AMC got out of more on it. I can't believe that. I made my loss back on AMC. Let's see what MRM is doing. I'm gonna get filled at 18, I think. Let's see.
Yeah,
AMC.
I'm
AMC.
waiting with some at
AMC.
18 here. Although I don't like the way it's kind of pausing here. We just need some more volume coming in here.
I'm getting out of AMC. I'm all out on AMC. This AMC thing didn't turn out to be doing anything. MRM. Let's see if you can get to 18. I should have put that 17.99.
Is that where it topped?
No, actually, yeah, it
Where
did
did it
touch
top?
18 exactly.
It did touch 18. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I'm all out on AMC. Didn't make much of money on AMC, unfortunately. We're going, Brian. We're going.
Maybe it just keeps stalling here. It's making me a little bit nervous.
Hopefully, we're gonna get a flush. It's not definitely not a good place to enter.
No, definitely not.
AMC turned out to be a garbage.
Just the longer it stays here, the more nervous I get about it.
Tilray turned out to be garbage.
Yeah, Tilray's a dog's breakfast. I know Peter's just dying to post that dog barking video. Come on, here we go.
Now MRM is going to go. I'm sitting at 18.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm all out on at 18, I think.
We just touched 18 again.
No fill yet for me.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah, filled.
Yeah, I'm all out on it, guys.
Yeah. Handcuffs.
Handcuffs for the rest of my life. I made really good money on that. It's just
yeah. Oh, plugs just dropping drop it like it's hot.
I'm done for the rest of my life, guys. Done. I'm gonna go to Costa Rica, buy a farm, and start farming.
Costa Rica.
So I still have TNA. So I'm all out on it. I still have TNA ripping higher. That is really nice. Ardi bought some QQ. He sold some covered calls on TNA that I'm losing, but everything else is pretty good. Solid day. I'm actually very tempted to get out of my covered calls and just cash out and go and live in Costa Rica in a farm.
No, you need to live on the Pacific Ocean on one of those beach communities.
Oh, I love that.
Excuse me.
Although it actually
Learned to
became
sip.
very expensive, Costa Rica has become very expensive. These Americans, you Americans, go and buy everything everywhere that you find. No, Peter,
Well, Costa
seed is the
Rica.
new currency. You can organic food and stuff.
Costa Rica was never cheap to begin with. People thought a lot of people go down there thinking everything's going to be cheap because it's Central American country, but it's not cheap. It's not. It's not any more expensive than the U.S., but it's not cheap.
Dominican Republic, no?
Yeah, I think you're
All right,
better
this is
off
what I'm
in
gonna do.
Ecuador.
I'm gonna sell some of my TNA here because I'm sick of looking at these.
TNA's back, or Tilray's back down to. Looks like it's going to drop this time. Plug's dropping. Plug needs to get back to the 9 moving average.
IWM.
Then it might be a short.
Now. If I sell all of my TNA, I would be up $20,000. That I don't have to look at these numbers anymore. But no, it's gonna go higher. It's gonna go higher. Okay, so what do we have on YouTube? Costa Rica is talking about. Now today is Discovery Channel. No, not Comedy
No.
Stand.
Today is
we have
the
National
Travel
Geographic.
Channel. Today we have the Travel Channel.
Sorry, guys. No, let's get back into character. Let's see what Apple is doing. AMC did bounce back, bastard. I didn't make much of money on AMC, unfortunately. IWM is strong, Qs are strong, SPYs is strong. Clouds, yeah.
Bad news is good news. Unemployment, yeah. New jobless claims up. Economy's tanking.
Since
Market
when these are
goes up.
correlated together?
Yeah.
I don't know since when.
Yeah, market goes up.
Like Ardi has bought some calls for Facebook, and he was asking me why Facebook is so down. I told him because of the data breach and security and stuff. And so, since when these are mattering for
Yeah.
Facebook?
Yeah.
You're right. Really, since when people care about Facebook violating privacy and data and stuff?
Yeah. Well, I think the other thing was that I think they're having more challenges with advertisers. It's harder to make money on Facebook. Harder to.
Man,
ads.
because he's so control freak. Zuckerberg is so control freak. Have you seen Instagram? You know, you are always on it, but you're not allowed to have any link or anything. He doesn't let you just let the app for 1 second. That control freak. Man, you gotta let the advertiser to do it. I mean, in Twitter, you can share links, you can click on it, you can go check, read the news. He's so control freak, this Zuckerberg, so control freak. Man, you gotta let people leave the app.
Like
He even removed the hyperlink in Instagram stories. Man, what kind of freak you want to be? You had one option to have the link to click so advertiser can actually direct the user to their own website, and he removed that. No, said fuck it. You got to do everything in this app. I tried to run some ads on Instagram. It's just waste of money because he doesn't let people leave that platform. I mean, Twitter is much better in that sense because it allows you some more interaction with the users. Anyways,
wow.
Let's see what
Wow,
AMC
Jade.
is doing. MRM.
Plugs popping up here. Watch it at the 9 moving average if we get there.
Neuro sold off.
Yeah, Neuro's been a dog's breakfast.
Indeed.
Lucid's been selling off. It's just gone red. Oh, I was going to short JD. Dagnammit. Dagnammit. AL strong.
We had a really nice chat with Dr. Katz. I kind of missed him. That was a very emotional moment for me, after the town hall.
He's been with us for a while.
For almost 2 years, yeah.
Dr. Katz.
American Airlines popped up from this. AMD is running up. Peter must be really happy. Peter is always happy.
Nice.
Even when it's chopped up on AMD. AMD is ripping. I'm watching. I mean, AMD turned out to be a thing that's always on the side of your chart. You always take a look at it. I'm just looking at it. Probably gonna go to 106. MRM is losing it. Yeah, my watch. This is RNA. Z is running up. Yeah, this one's probably gonna go to 4.
There goes Tilray. Tilray just lost 12.
Selling a little bit of TNA here more. I'm sick of back holding on TNA. That's a chance the market is giving me.
Lucid's coming down to yesterday's close, or yesterday's low, I should say. We just lost the closing price.
Lucid?
Yeah, LCID. We might get a bounce around 24.50.
How's YouTube people are doing? Yeah, I'm Iranian. Yeah, I'm originally from Iran. So the questions. All right, pretty good, solid day for me. Really, really solid day for me. I sold some of my TNA. I don't know how far IWM might start going up. But MRM is selling off. I don't want to touch it anymore. No shares for short.
Yeah, MRM is gonna. It's probably not done, but we're gonna have a bit of a pullback here, and then some consolidation probably. It's at the VWAP now.
Simon, welcome to the right side. So Simon has been trading with us for a while, and he's been trading at Big Capital, and he helps Big Capital traders. So we decided to have Simon on this side and helping traders. Simon is gonna help education side with Amen. So he's gonna be under Mike's direction. So we're gonna be some stuff with
Sorry,
Simon. Yeah.
Just might try a small long here again with it's coming
MRM.
down to the with the VWAP here. So I'm got a bit of a long here at 1580. 1582 filled. There we go. Just selling half here. 1612.
Famous Brian's counter trend the trades.
Off the off the view app there. Volume's really dropping off on it though. It's the only problem.
SPY really ripping nice. SPY at R4. TNA. I'm keen to sell a little bit more TNA here because I don't want to get into anything.
Yeah, I can see that. I bought some Sava on that dip there. Thanks for pointing that out. I wasn't watching it.
Roku is running.
Just sold some more Sava there at 16.18, or not Sava, MRM. Sorry.
AMC is garbage today. It's absolutely pure garbage today, AMC. I made $200 on it. $259.
It's good. Steak dinner.
Yeah, yeah, better than nothing. I don't know why. I didn't make much money on it. This was a good move, and I guess I didn't take that much of a size on it. AMC, AMC is really garbage today. I was expecting it to have a better move, but
Still
no
holding
match, is
some. Still holding some MRM.
Brian went long MRM at the VWAP. I don't like it when it's dropping like that, especially, we discussed that in Tuesday. I'm not much of a counter trend trader. Brian is more. I mean, he's buying on these down drops for these bounces. I had a really, really nice run on it. So. Tilray is horrible too.
No volume at all on this.
Tilray, the volume died on Tilray. Look at the time and sales. A perfect indication of having a good move is the time and sales, really.
Okay, I'm out of the rest of MRM. I didn't like it looked like it was going to go, and then there was just sellers, so it might hold here. I just don't want to get stuck in a flush.
Jared, isn't it? People are scratching their head about this market. It drops 3% and goes back up 3%. What? It wasn't like that, yeah. CCL, nice call on CCL, Kyle.
This skin swing trade is still working really well here. Baba really sold off, and then it's come back up to the VWAP here. Same with JD. All the Chinese stocks are in the red.
I'll be back in a second, guys. I'm just going to go to a quick break. I'm flat. I'm done with my day. I'm not going to touch anything else. The only thing that I have, my open positions are just the TNA that, as you know, I was holding the small caps, some QYLD. Ad is testing some covered calls stuff on my account, which I don't know why he's doing it on my account. But anyways, just holding this.
I'm just watching Baba right now, just trying to see if there's a short opportunity here. We're at an S4 level, so I'll try taking a small short on it, just a couple hundred shares here at 150.71. My stop will be that high 150.80, sort of 150.90. I'm going to cover it. I'm just going to cover it all here. See 150.50. That was not a great risk to reward trade, but just felt like it was going to reject from the VWAP. There's why I was worried about MRM. Can see it just get a bit of a rug pull there. Tilray dropping again. So I just covered it at the it was a bit of a 920 trade on Baba actually. So you could see it kind of bounced back after selling off. It got through the 9, came up to the 20, and the 20 just happened to be sitting right at the VWAP as well, which I like that even more because that sort of is a double level. And usually my trade is I usually take half back off at the 9, but I just decided to take it all off because the SPY's going higher here. I don't like to fight the market. And I don't find the 920 trades work as good for shorting. Work as well, I should say. All right. Plug looks like it's going to head for red on the day here. Qs are breaking out, NVIDIA is breaking out. I think somebody mentioned one of our moderators is watching NVIDIA. Who was that? John, maybe? Or maybe Jared? Yeah, John. Yeah, Apple's breaking out here, eh? Apple had that nice pullback at the open to buy into. Yeah, Apple. Although Apple was, I don't know what that 145.60 level is, but that was a low of the day. Kind of a V reversal, so it's not an easy. It's not really that an easy pattern to trade. The Chinese stocks are going green again, eh? Trying to go green on PABA. KWeb looks like it's popping back up here. Facebook is popping back up. That was a good trade by Addy, I think. Taking a bit of a bottom on Facebook. It was really sold off. Really got hit. Hmm.
Here, Brian. All right. Let's see what's moving. MRM. MRM is dead, done.
Yeah, I don't think it's done. I think it's probably gonna. It's probably gonna chop here for a while. I think at some point people will start getting interested in it again and just keep an eye on the volume. The volume starts to pick up on it. Same with Neuro, maybe. I can almost guarantee you this will pop up again at some point. Lucid kind of put in a double bottom here. Unfortunately, I'm kind of late on that one. I didn't catch that. 2470 would have been a better level to start taking a position in it. Yeah, see, if you look at Lucid, there's a really nice pattern to trade off of. If you compare that to like an Apple at the open around 935. I mean, that's it just came down. Well, Apple kind of bounced off a level there, but you really didn't get much of an indication that there was going to be a turn. If you look at Lucid, that's a really nice pattern to trade off of there. Take it on that second bottom. See, Neuro's popping up here.
Very nice. Very, very nice. How was your day, Brian?
It was good. It was okay. Kind of lost a bit of money on Neuro, but made it back on MRM. And I picked up some Sava on that pullback when people were mentioning it.
Yeah, not much going on my side.
Skin is
sure,
looking.
Apple.
Skin is right back up at the high. I'm liking Skin. Neuro would have been a difficult trade to take, honestly. I mean, it really didn't give you any indication when it was going to turn there. It just, it looked like it was in an established downtrend, and then you had 1 2-minute candle that came up to the 9 moving average, and then the second really just punched through it.
Nice short.
So we're back at the VWAP on Neuro right now. Short selling restriction 20. Says there's 20,000 shares available,
Wow.
but you can see how
Jared
the
did a really
volume.
nice trade on BB, by the way. Jared did a really nice trade on BB.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
But you can see how the volume's starting to pick up on Neuro. You could see it as it started to bottom. That 2-minute candle that started to pop, volume started to come into it.
All right. So nothing, handcuffs in place.
Yeah, nice trade on BB there. Is that Jared's trade?
Yeah, did you see that?
No,
That's
I'm just looking at it now.
sick.
Nice.
That's sick. Yeah, the trade that Jared did. I don't know how he did
Yeah,
that.
nice.
He probably read all the white papers behind it and did the calculations and the engineering and stuff, and then he took that. I
No,
don't know how
and
Jared
then
trades
he
it.
and then he and then he went to the Wall Street Bets page and said, "Oh yeah, this is a buy."
This is he just bought right at this low of the day and then squeezed. How is that even possible? Jared is a very scientific person. You know, all of these cryptos, he's read all of the white papers of them, and he knows how this stuff works and all the science behind it. If you watch his market engineering, it's all about scientific approach to to understanding the price action and cycles and everything. NCLH, CCL, yeah, cruise lines are popping.
Yeah, cruise lines. I think
Besides,
the travel sector maybe is going again today here. Expedia is up $3, $3.50.
Alex, it's on the trades tab. If you go into the trades tab,
Yeah,
he posted there into the second
yeah.
tab.
American Airlines. Yeah, it's been a nice mover here this morning. Delta really hasn't done much.
How much equity we have?
MGM. A lot of these casino stocks really got hit on the daily, but they're coming right back up here too. I think Carnival Cruise Lines, they're either reporting or they're going to be reporting. I think they're reporting. Is it today? Today they're reporting? I know they're coming up. Take a look at them. Yeah, CCL's kind of breaking out of a sort of a pennant here. No, it's more like an ascending triangle. It's actually breaking out of a level here. CCL's tomorrow. Thanks, Art. Yeah, I remembered seeing it somewhere that it was going to be reporting.
Markets are strong. IWM is reaping. Qs are strong. Apple broke out. SPY is very strong, back toward the high of the day, all-time high. Lots of green everywhere.
Fed is printing money like there's no tomorrow.
Did you notice that what they said? They said that we support the economy as much as we could, as much as we can. It looks like an army that say we're defending until our last man. Looks like they're running out of ammunition to support the economy. With interest rate almost zero, what else you can do? That was a little bit desperate. We do as much as we
Yeah.
can to support the economy, but just give this impression that we don't have much of ammunition left. That's pretty much what we can do.
Yeah, CCL reports tomorrow morning.
That's why it's going up. Somebody knows everything. They knew it. They knew it's going to be.
They knew something. Well, it's funny because all the like Expedia's pushing higher here.
Yeah, Apple, I think, has easily hits the 147 today. Somebody's calling me right in the morning. Why? This is a number from Washington.
Oh,
DC.
it's
Hello, Mr.
probably
President.
yeah.
Yes,
It's
sir.
it's probably the Canadian Border Service calling to say you've got an illegal package coming, and they're on their way to arrest you.
It's the Treasury Department.
Yeah,
They want my advice on the market.
It's Jay Powell. we need more oil. The printers are seizing up.
Can you hand over that printer cartridge? Nothing really moving on, guys. Sorry, it's just distracting, but there's not much moving. Like RNAZ. Oh, what's that one? Oh, that becomes disaster, eh? And I really don't want to touch it to anything.
Yeah, I'm looking around here. I'm just trying to find something to trade. LVS is breaking out, but it's just hard to trade stuff after it's run up so much here. Trying to look for maybe some 920 trades. LVS is the kind of stock that would be a really good 920 trade.
Megan, say hi to the chat room.
Hi, hello.
Thank you,
Megan.
She said hi.
She's shy.
She's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not really. I should. Shit. Baba did turn out to be a better 920 trade than I thought it was going to be on the downside. I think it did eventually lose the 9 moving average and go back to the low of the day.
BB is a Wall Street bet. I never really liked trading BB. It's a little bit trades jerky. But right now it's at R4. And I wouldn't short it. I wouldn't go long either because it's extended. I don't know how Jared got that entry, to be honest with you. He just longed at 10 and he just rode it all the way $1, which is a lot on this stock.
Yeah, that is a lot. Look at, say, I told you MRM was going to come up back, is going to go back up and play again here.
Jesse, you're trading in VAX. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
MRM for 5 minutes open range breakout? No, definitely not. So
no, MRM is it's dangerous.
No, MRM is not a 5 minute open range breakout anymore. Great. I think you're misunderstanding the 5 minute open range breakout. It's already happened, the 5 minute open range breakout. You don't want to. So this is a 5 minute open range breakout. this is not a 5-minute open range breakup anymore. Right on, Bruce, right on. Yeah, not much going on. 10:20.
AAL. Let's take a look at AAL here. Yeah, I'm watching LVS, and yeah, AAL could be a good one too. You're absolutely right. This has been a nice. You get that nice setup, nice, clean, fairly clean move all the way up to about 10:10 in the morning here. Now we're getting a pullback. I'll look at an entry around maybe around 21. See if it drops below the 20. LVS is pulling back too here.
Las Vegas Sand.
Didn't quite get to the 20 moving average.
When is the right moment to start scaling up? I mean, it really depends on your confidence and your trade and your trading skill. It's hard to answer that question. You have to see how you feel and slowly scale up. And there's nothing wrong with scaling down. Sometimes we discussed in Tuesday webinar about A setup and not A setup plus. And when you see something that you are not confident about the setup, you can always go smaller share size. So it's a very dynamic process. When you see something that really you're confident, you can just go heavier and be more aggressive. So it's really up to the condition and situation.
Lucid is breaking out of the VWAP here. Sort of fair value is back up at 2570-ish. Let's take a bit of a long on Lucid. SPY looks like it's gonna bounce off the 9 again and break out. LVS never got down to the 20 moving average for never got a long on it. It's back at the 9. Be big? I don't know. All of these meme stocks are. Take a look at Be Big. And somebody else asked me about a swing trade. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to answer it. Let's take a look at Be Big for starters. Definitely down on Be Big. Definitely down into a level that it's been where it broke out from. We've had a gap fill on Monday.
Amazing.
I'd watch how it trades into the end of today.
AMD breaking out.
This 620 level looks like it's pretty significant, and we're at 630 now, so you could take a long and then risk 10 cents. So AAL's now gone through the 20.
Wow, we have a 4-star general RS. It's good to see people surviving after 4 years, Nat, to be around. Thank you.
Yeah. Lucid's not doing anything right yet. Still hoping for a move back up to 4370 or 2570-ish.
Nice, Oleg, nice. So 4 years ago, we put this membership setup. So it's the number of the years that you've been a member with us. It doesn't mean anything, but it's just fun to see. Peter B, are you Peter B? Are you Peter Belgium? Yes, I remember that. Your name was Peter Belgium. Are you in Belgium? No, there was another Peter. Who was the other Peter? Which Peter you were? I mean, you're in Italy, aren't you? Because there was a Peter Belgium. It was really active. I don't know. The only one Peter. The better Peter. Wait, now here we go on the travel channel again.
Travel thing, the travel channel. Come on.
Okay, so we have the mentorship session, guys, in half an hour. So not much going on. AMD is gonna broke to 106. I'm gonna do the recap and then signing off, and then I'll see all the elite members who want to come into the mentorship session in the webinar room. So Brian, YouTube guys, thank you so much. We need 50 likes to get to 500 for those of you who are still listening to us and they're not officially bots. If you can like our channel and subscribe, that would be really nice. So see you. I had a really, really good day. Thanks to this MRM, really nice solid squeeze. And after that, handcuffs. We'll just do a recap and post the recap. Thank you so much, and all the best, guys. So, Brian, let's get back to the chat room.
Okay. Let's see. Well, the book
10
map's
more
not really
likes.
saying much.
10 more likes from these 400 people. Do you think we can get 10 more likes to 500? That shows how many of you,
No.
how many of these numbers are bots. Amen from Russia. Organizing these bots to come to our YouTube channel. All right, we did. Thank you so much, guys. Oh yeah, we got
guys.
so more than 500. Yeah, thank you, guys. Cheers.
Thanks. Hope everyone had a good day.
All right, guys.